Oona, did you know that Maundy Thursday is a special day in the church calendar? It's not a Sunday like we usually do. It's a Thursday. And these stories are for Maundy Thursday, the day of the Last Supper. This story is called Bread and Wine with Jesus. "And then," said Peter, "God told Moses to part the seas, and all the Israelites crossed on dry land. They were safe. They were free." The disciples and Jesus were celebrating the Passover feast together. The table was filled with food. They shared lamb and unleavened bread. They remembered the story of how God freed the Israelites from slavery. While they ate, Jesus picked up a loaf of bread. He blessed the loaf and broke it in half. The disciples passed the loaf around the table. Everyone tore off a piece to eat. "Take this bread and eat it," said Jesus. "This is my body. Whenever you eat this bread, remember me." Jesus poured a cup of wine and thanked God for it. The disciples passed the cup around the table. Everyone took a drink from the cup. "Take this wine and drink," Jesus said. "This is my blood poured out for the forgiveness of sins. Whenever you drink this wine, remember me." "Jesus, of course, will always remember you," said Matthew. "But where are you going?" Jesus looked at each of his friends. "I am glad to eat this meal with you, but soon I will have to leave you. Someday we will share a meal again. It will be on a great day when everyone joins together to praise God." This is the second Maundy Thursday Bible story, Deserted by All. Jesus looked at each of his disciples. "You will all desert me," he said. Matthew looked at Peter, and Peter looked at James, and James looked at Judas, and Judas wasn't there. Where did Judas go? Everyone looked at Jesus. "I would never desert you," Peter said. "Yes, you will," Jesus sighed. Jesus led the disciples to a garden called Gethsemane. The disciples sat on the soft grass in the dark night. They felt drowsy, really sleepy. "Stay here," Jesus said. "I'm going to pray. Stay awake while I'm gone. Wait for me." Jesus walked farther into the garden. He fell to the ground. "Father," Jesus prayed, "if it is possible, please don't let me suffer. But I will do what must be done." When Jesus returned, all the disciples were asleep. Jesus shook them awake. "Couldn't you stay awake with me?" Just then, Judas and a crowd of soldiers arrived in the garden. Judas whispered his plan to the soldiers. "I will kiss the one you want." He walked up to Jesus and kissed him. So the soldiers arrested Jesus. The disciples gasped in fear. Jesus was in trouble. What if soldiers arrested them too? They ran away from the garden. Jesus' disciples all deserted him.